everyone, Wes Harrison with Above and Beyond Auto Repair, and I'm on my way to Colorado to go do some indoor skydiving. And on the trip I thought I'd make a few videos answering some of the most common questions that I get. If you have a car that has a timing belt, most people ask, what is a timing belt? I already had that changed. Well, they're thinking there's serpentine belt, and we're going to go into both belts. The serpentine belt is what drives all the engine accessories. The timing belt is what drives the engine's camshaft, or camshafts if it has dual overhead cams. The timing belts, anymore, timing belts are lasting about 90,000 miles before they're saying that they need to be changed. As an average rule of thumb, timing belts last about 100,000 miles, 110, somewhere right in there. And then you've got to change them. What will happen is if you have a car that has an interference fit motor, and what they mean by interference fit is if the timing belt breaks and one of the valves is open where the camshaft stops and the pistons are still moving, an interference fit motor kind of describes exactly what's going to happen. The valve and the piston can't be in the same spot at the same time, and the piston will win. It will bend the valves. The only cure for it is to pull the head off and have the head sent to the machine shop and replace the valves that the piston bends. It doesn't usually trash the heads. I have seen it trash the heads, but that's racing applications when the guys are racing. But as a general rule of thumb, if it breaks while you're driving down the freeway, it'll just bend the valves. Now, the unfortunate part about this is it will take an $800 or $900 preventive maintenance item, because you want to do the timing belt, the water pump, the serpentine belt. You want to do everything all at the same time. Don't just try to do just one. It'll come back to bite you and cost twice as much 6 months later when you're doing the water pump again, or do the water pump, but to get to the water pump you got to take the timing belt off. So it's labor all over again to do the same job, basically, that should have just been done in the first place. Do it once, get it all done, do it right, get it over with. What will happen is say $800 or $900 for the water pump, timing belt, the serpentine belt, labor, the whole 9 yards. Well, if you don't do it, then you've got to do all that plus the valves and the heads, and that will take a $900 job and turn it into an $1,800 to $2,000 job. Pull the motor all apart and send it out, plus you're without your car for a week. It's just better if you have a timing belt motor. Call us. We'll tell you if it does or not. We'll also tell you where the manufacturer says that it needs to be replaced. And very, very few of them say 60,000 miles anymore. In fact, I can't think of any off the top of my head that are saying 60,000, but they change all the time. As a general rule of thumb, plan on 90. You've got to do them at about 90. Even if it says 105,000, because there's a few that'll say 105,000, that's pushing it. That's really pushing it. Just plan on doing them at 90. If you do timing belts on just about everything at 90,000, you're safe. You won't bend valves. Save up for it. If you do the water pump, the timing belt, the serpentine belts, and everything else, the idler, tensioner, pulleys, everything, then you're good for another 90,000 miles until it gets done again. Most timing belt motors, most engines that have a timing belt motors, real common in Hondas, Mazdas, the imports. It's more common in imports than it is anything else. Those motors will go for 300,000-400,000 miles, provided the oil's changed on a regular and consistent basis. The biggest failure on any of those engines is because somebody didn't do the timing belt when it needed to be done. A lot of times those cars will get traded in right at 100,000 miles because somebody doesn't want to do the additional expense of doing a timing belt, and then you'll buy the car not knowing that the timing belt needs to be replaced, and it snaps, and then you're spending $2,000 more. So before you buy a car, check to see if it has a timing belt, and if it does, see if the timing belt and the water pump have already been replaced. If so, you're good to go. Find out what mileage that was, add 90,000 to it, and start saving, because you're going to need to get it done at 90,000 again. And the other side of the coin is if it doesn't have a timing belt, it has a timing chain. If it has a timing chain, there is no maintenance on that. Don't let anybody try to rip you off by saying, oh, no, you need to do it. No, you don't. Timing chains, you only do those when they break. And they don't break very often. So My name is Wes Harrison. This is Above and Beyond Auto Repair. If you have any questions, if you aren't sure if you have a timing belt motor or not, feel free to give us a call, 816-453-8282. We'll gladly tell you. We'll let you know what the manufacturer says as far as when it's supposed to be done. I'll tell you my view on when you should do it, and we will just go from there. If there's anything I can do to help, please, by all means, feel free to give us a call, 816-453-8282, and you can also get that phone number off the website, aboveandbeyondautorepair.com. Just click the link below. Thank you very much. Have a good day.